Hi everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, medical doctor. Welcome to another video. I want to talk in this video about 5 very common health mistakes that I see people over the age of 60 making on a frequent basis. Hopefully, this is very few of you what I'm going to discuss, but I have to talk about these issues, and I talk about a lot of issues like this as well in my regular free newsletter. For those of you who are not already signed up, link down below. Now, I've already talked extensively about diet, strength training, etc., especially in over 60s. So I'm not going to talk about things like optimizing protein intake, getting a strength routine in. I've made videos on those before. I want to touch upon these 5 more under talked about issues. Number 1, believing in the system, believing in the healthcare system, and that the healthcare system is really here to help you as you get older. Now, it pains me to say this. Yes, there are a lot of well-meaning medical professionals out there, and I don't think healthcare institutions and hospitals aim to harm people. But unfortunately, with the modern medical paradigm, this is frequently what happens, because the truth is that especially over 60s are seen as a huge cash center. Because people over the age of 60 start to get more medical problems, they need more investigations. This is really sad indeed. And what I would urge anybody out there who's over the age of 60 when medical problems start to creep in is to always remember that the healthcare system, yes, it may well be there for you in your hour of need, especially if you have an acute emergency. But the way things are set up is sadly not to ensure that you are the healthiest version of yourself. A lot of money is generated from people over the age of 60 getting sucked more and more into the medical industrial complex, having procedures which are very costly indeed, generating thousands of dollars, being put on more and more medications. I mean, the statistics for prescriptions in the over 60s, especially in countries like the United States, is truly staggering. So I would urge anybody out there, yes, of course, you can certainly seek medical attention if you need it, and hopefully it will be there for you. But do not think that the system is there to necessarily help you and make you the healthiest version of yourself. Because as the saying goes, unfortunately, when you have perverse incentives in medicine, a patient cured is a customer lost. So be wise to the ways of the world. And ultimately, nothing beats you taking charge of your health, getting second opinions where needed, and trusting your gut instinct as well. Number 2, you are too old to learn new things. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, where to start with that as well, because it really riles me up. And sadly, many people over the age of 60 have this attitude. Hopefully, many of you don't. But I see many younger people as well scoff at the idea that older people can learn new things. And why this is so important for anybody's health, particularly cognitive health, is that there have been multiple research studies showing that anybody, as they age, one way to keep the brain very healthy and ward off some cognitive decline and lower the risk of dementia, which is just about one of the worst illnesses anybody can get, is to vigorously keep on learning new things. So it could be anything. It could be a board game. It could be a language or a musical instrument if you're brave, but at least something. It could even be a dance routine. But I would like everybody out there over the age of 60 to be able to say, I know this now, and I didn't know it 6 months or a year ago. Can you say that about anything? Because if you can, that is a really good thing. And in fact, I'm very proud of you if you're able to do that, because the majority, sadly, do not do that. So no matter what your age, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, keep on learning new things. It's really good for your brain. Number 3, you have become addicted to the news, whether it's a mainstream media or any other source of news on your smartphone. Remember, this is a very new phenomenon. And I know many people over the age of 60 who are much more wise to the ways of the world, and they've kind of seen it all before. That's why I love talking to people in that particular generation. But nevertheless, many people over the age of 60, especially with modern technology, find themselves addicted to the news. And often what I prescribe a lot of people is simply not watching the mainstream media, because I'm of the opinion that it's almost impossible to have good mental health or even good physical health if you watch the media for anything more than 5 minutes a day. Because remember, this is all new to us, and there are algorithms, they are using AI now, and they know exactly what is going to push your buttons because they want you engaged with their platform, whether it's scrolling the internet, whether it's Facebook, another social media platform, all of them basically want maximum engagement, and they know exactly what you are clicking on, and they want people to keep having those dopamine hits, but they are negative dopamine hits. And I find a lot of people in this age group, I meet them in the hospital regularly, who will tell me that they're watching the news and they are just so riled up about something. And let's take a step back here. I mean, philosophically, the world is never going to be perfect. Human beings kind of suck a lot of the time, and there will always be disagreements. There will always be wars in the world. I don't think there'll ever be a time where there's complete peace, because the reality of human beings is simply the reality of human beings. This is why I'm a huge fan of Stoicism. All we can do is try to take control of the things which are within our control. And I would seriously advise anybody out there who finds themselves engaged constantly with the media and getting a bit down about the state of the world, or getting sucked into these online arguments, especially if you are older, all of these things can actually affect you more, and stress at a more advanced stage in one's 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s is even worse. And if you're getting those constant dopamine hits, which are bringing you down, making you feel stressed and anxious about the world, then please step away from the media. Okay, next up, number 4, isolation. Now, this comes with a caveat. I know I've talked about this before, and people always make comments saying, I prefer being alone. If you genuinely prefer being alone, that's fine. For some people, that's okay. But my own experience, and I would say the experience of most doctors and even most human beings, is most people do crave social connection, because we are social animals by nature as human beings. Or you look at how chimpanzees, our closest relatives, behave in nature. We are intrinsically social animals. We're not like tigers built to be alone. Again, if it works for you, that's fine. But for most people out there, if you feel that you're isolated, it has a negative effect on your health. So whatever you can do to stay connected. I mean, nowadays you can go online, you can join communities of like-minded individuals, be with people who inspire you, who lift you up. You don't want to be around people. This could be friends. It could even be family. If people annoy you, irritate you, of course, don't be near them. But hopefully in your life, you have some people, and ideally, I hope you have family who lift you up and you enjoy spending time with. So the more that you spend time with people that you enjoy being around, the better it is for your health. So don't make that mistake. Okay, number 5. I will come back to kind of exercise for a moment, because this is a big mistake I see a lot of people making, especially when they retire. They simply stop moving. Now, there is a subset of people who maybe start moving more after they retire. Maybe that applies to you, but I will tell you there are lots of people who become sedentary, and the less you walk, and I'm just going to talk about walking, not strength training, not going to the gym, the less you walk, the worse it is for your health. And I would encourage anybody as they get older, you don't have to have an arbitrary number of steps, like 10,000 steps, but the more you can walk, the better it is for your health. Ideally outdoors, ideally in nature. Just don't stop walking. Thomas Jefferson, what was he, the 3rd president of the United States, my favorite president and founding father, he once said that he had never seen anybody who walked a lot who wasn't extremely healthy. And it's so true. People who walk a lot stay healthy. Now, maybe it's a chicken and egg situation. Perhaps people who aren't healthy stop walking. But the more you can push yourself to just be mobile, keep walking. I know it's culture in our country to try to park as close as possible to the grocery store. Ideally, you don't want to make the object of your life to walk as little as possible. I park as far away as possible from the grocery store. When I'm at work, when I have a little break in between rounding in the hospital, I walk the perimeter of the hospital outdoors. I think walking is fantastic. It also helps to clear your mind. It helps to reduce those stress hormones a little bit. But I would urge you, above the age of 60, just keep on walking. Every opportunity after meals is even better, but the more you can walk, the better. Okay, then, those are 5 mistakes then that I see people over the age of 60 frequently making. Let's go over them again. Number 1, believing in the system, and also, I suppose, related to that, trusting every word a doctor says. Please do your own research, be sensible, and be wise to the ways of the world. Number 2, believing you're too old to learn new skills. Absolutely not. You're never too old. Number 3, getting hooked on media, social media, whether it's a mainstream media or another source of news. These organizations, they aren't built to have your best mental well-being at heart. They want you hooked. usually to negative news stories. Don't get sucked in. Number 4, isolating yourself from other people. And number 5, stopping walking. Walking is such a simple thing. Walk, walk, walk at every opportunity. Okay, I hope that video was helpful to you. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I enjoy hearing from all of you. Check the links down below for my website, all the other work I do, and my health program, MetThrive Method. Also, our natural supplement store, ohighwellness.com if you're in the USA, North America, ohighwellness.co if you're in the UK, Europe. If you enjoyed this video, you'll also enjoy some of my other videos on how to optimize your metabolic health naturally, especially after the age of 60. Hit the like button if you like this video, the subscribe button for more similar videos in the future, and we will speak again very soon.